What's up guys, your friendly neighbor Demon here, bringing you a new video, and I hope you like my new intro. It took fucking ages to render, so please appreciate it. Yeah, bringing you a new video. Today we're just looking at one single round from Furia versus G2. We're going to break down this round because it's a really interesting one. I really like the concept of doing this sort of Elmer Putty style. One round, break it down. What were the thought processes? What were the tactics when we look into it as a round, as a wider scale? And this one in particular from Furia is really interesting. They beat G2 and they actually dumpstered Astralis yesterday as well, at the time of recording this in the Pro League. So Furia definitely looking hot. And yeah, this is a really interesting one. I watched this round live and I was like blown away by it, the aggression. But then we look at it deeper and it's quite interesting. So let's get into it. Okay, so moving into this, obviously Furia are on the T side of this map. Vertigo, you're going to see the short smoke come out here from Junior. He just throws it and grabs the bomb and starts heading up to the mid stairs, and you can see Vinny bouncing up there as well. He's just throwing a flashbang towards B, shows some presence there, and he's heading towards mid as well to meet up with Keserato. On the A side, in the meantime, Yuri and Art are both heading over here, dumping a lot of utility. Smokes, flashes, mollies, they're dumping it all. You can see Art has thrown his usual one-way smoke on the construction position. He's just jumped up there, spamming the smoke along with Yuri. And just showing a lot of presence for the T side just here. And you can see the sheer amount of utility coming from both sides on the ramp area. And the amount of information that gets denied from the CTs really. And there's a lot of presence being shown by the Ts. And you can see that Nico can't really do anything. He's smoked off. He can throw a bit of utility, but he can't really peek anything or do anything. Next, he tries to get some information early in the round, but he gets flashed off. He gets mollied off. He just has to hold an angle and play a little bit more passive. And Hunter here, they're showing a lot of presence. So he's the rotator. He's just sort of, should I stay? Should I go? Should I help you guys out? He does decide to stay a little bit longer. And Amanek over here on the B side, he's having a quiet old time. He throws a molly on the stairs. He hears the flashbang come in, but he's just a bit bored. Moving back to the mid position, we've got Keserato here going in the early round towards the mid position. He eventually gets met up with Vinny and Junior as we saw them coming up towards this position after they threw their initial utility. And eventually we're going to see Vinny here take an initial contact on Jax. And let's just take a pause here. We can see on the minimap what this initial util from Art and Yuri has actually done. It is quite common to have several players, 3, even 4 players towards the ramp area to deny any aggressive pushes from the T side and really help out the area. It's a really high contact area that teams should definitely be wary of on the CT side of Vertigo. But in this case, Furia are using this to their advantage to take other areas of the map. That denial of information, that presence from Yuri and Art has really left an opening towards the mid position, and Furia are definitely going to take advantage of this. As we can see as a trio, the 3 walk out mids, and Keserato, he spots one, instantly smokes towards the elevator and accelerates towards the CT position, running through Jax's Molotov as it doesn't quite spread correctly. And Vinny, he's going to do a similar thing. They're going to throw a lot of util to deny Jax any sort of information and position. Vinny, he's going to wait out this Molotov himself, and then he's going to rejoin Keserato pushed up in the mid position with this aggression. And we can see this from a better angle. Keserato, he swings out. He knows that he's not going to get hit as long as no one's elevator. And the plan has worked out for Furia in this case. Because of this heavy A presence at the start of the round, all 3 players are still deep in the site on A. And therefore, Jax is on his own in mid without a fast rotate to help him. And this is what Furia are taking advantage of. You can see Keserato, he smoked off that elevator position, which is the fastest rotate position for those A players to help middle. And then he pushes straight into CT while negating Jax's peak with their mollies on the Furia side and making Jax fall into the B site deeper. And Furia are taking a lot of map position here and essentially splitting the CT side in half on the B site and the A site. They can't help each other. We can see this from Jax's POV. He spots multiple people in mid, dumps his util as you would try and deny any sort of further pushing, but Keserato's already made it through, and you can see the amount of utility that's pushing him back, and he decides to help the B stairs instead. And this is a really good decision from G2. Because of the lack of map control they had in the middle position, this leaves both sides incredibly vulnerable to attack. Either side could be split at this point with so much map control from the Furia side. The B side could very easily be crunched on through the stairs and through the middle position, and G2 have realized this, and they're trying to reclaim some sort of control in this instance by pushing the B stairs. But unfortunately, the Furia side are very aware of this, and they've planned for this, and they've completely negated this. And we're going to see Yuri and Art in their next phase. They have rotated away from the A-bomb site as the Furia side are also pushing the mid position. They're going to meet Amanek and Jax on this B stair site. Fury finds one, dies, unfortunately. But Art thankfully has the trade with that Molotov and a bit of spam. And now they have the A site control. And you can see this engagement come along as well. They tried to take control, but unfortunately that doesn't work out. And in this case, Junior just accelerates with the bomb onto the B site. They have full-on control. You can see he's just sort of hanging back, waiting for the right timing. And Art and Yuri find two on the B bomb site. He starts to clear out the rest of the site. So we can see what the response is on the A site for this hit. By the time Hunter has already rotated, he's smoked off. He starts to rotate into the CT position and starts to clear that out. And Nexa also, he realizes no more ramp presence. He decides to rotate as well. There's so much mid presence he needs to try and support this. Unfortunately, he's obviously smoked off as well. But Furia are too prepared for this. Case Rata takes out Hunter, and Vinny takes out Nexa through the smoke. Junior, he continues his push onto the B site and punches in those digits and gets that bomb down. Meanwhile, Nico on the ramp, he's all lonely. He starts to clear it out, but it's all in vain. There's nothing he can do. He starts to push down. The round is essentially already over. All his teammates are dead. He continues to push on this B flank, but as he does so, his teammates are dropping like flies. He's just going to try and go for some exits just here at this point in the round. It's very unlikely he's going to get a 1v4. And he does actually succeed in a little bit of damage, as we know. Nico, always dangerous. He finds Art on the B site. Also finds Junior in the mid position. Unfortunately, he gets hunted himself and he gets traded by Vinny. And that is round done. So we can see again from these bird's eye view positions, the initial util towards the ramp area caused a lot of presence from the CT side to be there. Meanwhile, the mid position gets taken over by Furia. A lot of presence comes in. A fast push from Caterrato takes a hell of a lot of map control. And you can see the amount of utility denied from Jax's position. Meanwhile, these stairs gets lost as Furia are ready for that push. And then Junior just comes in, runs in with the bomb. The package is secured and the digits will come in for a Furia round win. So we always talk about Furia's aggression, but we can see here how planned out it is, and it's planned out from the offset of the round. They know exactly where they need to be at the start of the round, what they're doing in the round, and how they're rotating around the map and feigning any sort of map control and pressure, and using those pressures to find gaps in the CT side that they definitely exploited, and they were definitely correct about their gambles. A great strat from Furia and beautifully executed from them. Unfortunately, G2 weren't quite ready for it, and that's how it panned out. Really cool. Furia did end up winning this series, and they went on to, as we said, beat Astralis yesterday, and they're still in the ESL Pro League at the time of recording this, so that's very exciting to see them play again. Hope you enjoyed this video though. Please subscribe for more. I really like doing these one round things actually, so we're definitely gonna do some more bite-sized content like this, and we'll see you soon. Thank you so much.